Hi, my name is Anh and you can call me Nick. So today I will present my startup concept called EcoPack AI and explain how the lean startup methodology can be applied to develop this venture and reduce the risk of the failure. So in today's business environment, sustainability has become a critical issue, especially for the small and medium-sized enterprise operating in the food delivery and the e-commerce sector, where packaging or where the packaging with contributes significantly to the environmental then damage. However, many the SMEs struggle to adopt sustainable packaging solution because of high cost, limited supplier access, and the uncertainty uncertainty about which options are the most effective. So for this create a clear entrepreneurial opportunity because there is a gap between the sustainability demand and the practical implementation. To address this problem, EcoPack AI is a proposal as a digital platform that helps business sellers optimize and show eco-friendly packaging solution using the data analytics and a simple recommendation system. So rather than assuming this solution will succeed, lean startup methodology is applied because startups operate under the extreme uncertainty and must test assumption instead of relying on the traditional business planning. Uh, for the first uh, for the first stage of the lean startup is the build phase, where the minimum viable product or the MVP is developed. For the EcoPack AI, the MVP would be the simple web-based platform that includes a basic supplier database, a packaging recommendation tool, and a landing page explaining the value proportion. Importantly, this MVP is not designed to be the perfect, but rather to test whether SME are interested in the sustainable packaging solution and whether they see the value in this platform. So for the second step is the measure phase, where the experiment are conducted and data is collected. The EcoPack AI could test user behavior through methods such as landing page, converse, conversion rate, email sign up, and the pilot collaboration with the small businesses. In this state, is important to use the actionable metrics such as the conversion rate, retention rate, and the willingness to pay because they provide meaningful insight into the customer behavior, whereas vanity metric like the website visits do not reflect real verbal uh, value. The third step is lean startup phase. So uh, for the lean startup phase, where the startup analyze results and decide whether to continue, improve, and pivot. For example, if businesses show interest but are not willing to pay, the startup may pivot for the subscription model to the commission-based model. This process is known as value-based learning, where the decisions are based on real evidence rather than the assumptions. In addition, build the measure lean startup technique such as spirit testing and innovation accounting are used to reduce risk further. Spirit tests allow the startup to compare different versions of the platform, such as the pricing strategies or the feature designs, while the innovation accounting helps track progress using key performance indicators like the customer acquisition cost and the lifetime value. Another important concept is the learning from the failure, because the that startup often fail due to the lack of the market need, poor business model, or the failure to adapt. However, failure should not be seen as negative, but rather as part of the learning process that allow the entrepreneurs to improve and refine the idea. So even though this assessment is complete individually, teamwork and leadership remain important concepts in the startup development. A virtual venture like the EcoPack AI would require collaboration with the developer, marketer, and the operation manager. Therefore, leadership must be adaptive and supportive in, in order to encourage implementation implementation and the innovation. Finally, the success of the EcoPack AI depends on its integration within the broader entrepreneurial ecosystem, including startup acceleration, sustainability programs, and the supplier network, and the digital infrastructure provider. These ecosystem elements provide access to funding, mentorship, and the partnership, which significantly improve the trends of the startup success. In conclusion, this presentation demonstrates that the startup methodology provide a practical and effective approach to developing startup under the uncertainty, because it's focused on the testing assumption, learning from data, and adapting continuously. By applying this methodology to the EcoPack AI, the startup can reduce risk, validate its business model, and create both economic and environmental value. So thanks for listening all my presentation about my assessment. So I know I have a lot of difficulty in my country, so that's my own assessment. Thank you for listening.